to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for that silent intro, as once again the mute button was on, but we'll start all over. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And tonight, is the Federal Reserve going to do anything this year? What does the stock market do when the Federal Reserve says we are not going to reduce the federal funds rate? You know what happens. Do you know what else is going to happen when you can't reduce the interest rate for homes? No homes are going to be bought. That is bad for the economy. And then when you have tariff wars around the world, oh my, this is shaping up just like it's 1929, 1930 all over again, with a big hoorah for everybody who believes some BS hype. Well, welcome, where this is no more BS hype. Here we tell you like it is so you can be ready for the next year, next 2 years, next 3 years, next 5 years. It starts now. And welcome. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Woo-wee! Ladies and gentlemen, what happened today? Can you guys believe the hype? People are afraid out here. I can't blame them. The Federal Reserve says, hold on just a minute. Because we have a president who has laid down all kind of things over the last week. It's too many to count. I don't even know who's helping them do this because I don't get it. But all I know is anybody, please pick up economic books. Please go look and see what happens when you do A and then B occurs. When A, you do tariffs, then B and C occur. Higher prices for your citizens, and that's the B part. And C, retaliation from other countries to raise tariffs against the United States, which now means our businesses can't sell to their customers and our businesses will start laying off people. That is the repercussion. Now, you start talking about taking money out of our pockets, meaning we have less people that's going to pay into the taxes, which now means more people are going to have to pay more taxes. Or reverse that. Less people are going to have to pay more in taxes, which means your taxes will be going up, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way around it. But hold on. Can you believe our Congress said we're going to do tax cuts and tax breaks again? And did you understand what's in there? It said raise taxes on citizens. Now, I don't know about you guys, but all I know is if we only have 150 million people working and you have to pay $1 trillion per year in interest only, just for our deficit? What happens if 100 million people are working and you still have the 1 trillion in interest payments? That means the 100 million people that are working has to pay more somewhere, somehow, some way. So now I need you guys to understand T minus 1 year, 11 months before everything, all hell breaks loose. But in the meantime, you have advantages because we have DeepSeek that came out with a whole bunch of propaganda. We can make the same thing that you guys have been spending billions of dollars on, you guys, Nvidia, Facebook, all these corporations, Microsoft, everybody on the AI race, and it has wreaked havoc on the markets. Why? The markets are overpriced. Do you really think Tesla's worth what it's worth? Do you really think Nvidia is worth what it's worth? No, it's all based on future earnings. This is not your mama's 1975 stock market, 1985 stock market. This is the 1990 stock market reboot when it was the dot-com bubble from the late 90s, 95 and up, until it burst in around 2000. We have the same thing that's been happening over the last 7 years. So once you understand history, once you understand economics, then therefore you will understand what you need to do, ladies and gentlemen. Because once again, the old standby, the stock market, that's where the Billionaires Boys Club plays. That means you need to play there. That also means you need to go down below in the description box and make sure you get Robinhood, free share of stock, get their brokerage account, or Webull, get multiple. They have something 20 free shares of stock right now if you sign up for Webull, so sign up for both. Open the brokerage account, see what you're going to find. That way you can understand you need passive income coming in, and we are talking about several things. Dividend stocks for number one. So if you want more than 4.5% on your money, then you should be looking at dividend stocks, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Instagram. Everybody go over to Instagram. If you have not, who watches this in the reruns, make sure you go hit the follow button at Stop Struggling Now. That'd be greatly appreciated. We're running live on Instagram as well. We're running live on Twitch. We're on YouTube. And we're trying to figure out why all of a sudden our streams going to Facebook, all of a sudden they're down. Don't know what that's about. But everybody on podcast, remember, SSN Nation loves you. And everybody watching right now, I love you guys. So we're trying to knock it out of the park over the next 2 years. Because after that, all men, women, children, for yourselves. Because the world will be on fire as you know it if you're in the United States. That's why you have to start thinking about global economy. You can't just sit here in America and make investments. You have to make investments outside of America, kind of like diversifying your portfolio. That's what we have to do here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be shy about it. You know, all this stuff about starting your own business, that is high risk, low rewards at this point. Unless you can be on the stock market and get free money from people buying your shares of stock, I would not recommend even starting a business at this point unless you know you have buyers. Now, the easiest thing to do is you can always do TikToks. You can always do Reels. You can always sell that way, direct to consumer. That's highly recommended. But trying to do a startup with money later that you're going to have to build the infrastructure, get your office equipment, get your business phones, get your business Wi-Fi, and pay all of this stuff, lease an office space, and then start your business. That is high risk, high rewards. We don't want none of that. So what do I suggest? Biz, buy, sell, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I suggest. Go to Biz, buy, sell for existing businesses that you know have made money, have a track record, and that you can invest in. Or, better yet, how about somebody that says owner financing, seller financing, where they say, hey, I'm tired. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'd rather just sit on the sidelines and collect a little check. Maybe just send me $5,000 per month and you run the business. How about that? And you can buy it for X amount of dollars. That's an option, because if you go to Biz Buy Sell, you'll see a bunch of that. I don't even get any love from Biz Buy Sell. There is no affiliate link. So I'm just telling you guys, go look for businesses you can put money in that you know you're getting money back. No high risk, no crazy. You want to be in crypto? Fine. Crypto goes up and down. It's volatile. There's always these coins that come out. There's thousands of coins. But Bitcoin and Ethereum are the mainstay. Stay with those two, especially over the next 2 years, because you never know what's going to happen. Unless you want to take high risk, high rewards, then you're on your own. Get off the reservation. That's fine. But don't come back here saying, Eric, I did this, I did that, I did this. That's good. I'm great. But if you want to have long-term plays, you're going to have to join the Wealth Club. I wish I would have a Wealth Club now. But the Wealth Club is actually the Billionaires Boys Club. What they invest in, you need to invest in. It's simple as that. You don't have to look too far. All right. Anybody in the house tonight? Let me see. Make comments if you don't mind. You can always make comments down below in the description boxes almost everywhere that you are. And hopefully I get a few. Now, we are demonetized, by the way. I have been demonetized for the last 3 months. And I should point out, I will change the bottom of the screen because you guys can see Stop Struggling now on Instagram. But I'm going to start adding the Cash App link. And so therefore, I'm going to add in, you know what, the Cash App if you would like to make donations. Now, speaking of donations, let's get down to business, shall we? Because this is the beginning of the Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And so therefore, the SSN Nation lifestyle, the SSN lifestyle, Punta Cana Investors Forum is going to be May 13th, 14th, and 15th in the Dominican Republic, in Punta Cana. You go there, you go see no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry real estate. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If I have my way about it, I think there's a storm a brewing. I think opportunity is a brewing. Why do I think that? Because whenever the United States goes through an economic problem, and it's going to be a problem, less people are going to want to go outside of the country and buy, which now means there's going to be deals that could be made. If you don't get the right deal right now, then maybe you go see the lay of the land. You go talk to lawyers. You go check out banking situations. You get contacts. So then that way, when you do want to pull the trigger, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 5 years from now, at least you'll have some idea of what's going on. It is not like America over there or in any country. America's America. Other countries have their own rules and regulations, just like in Mexico that a lot of people get excited about. If you're within like 25 miles of the coast, you can't own anything unless you're a Mexican citizen. You have to have a Mexican trust if you want to own by the beach. That's fine. But again, I don't like anybody else being able to control or be part of something that's supposed to be mine that I'm paying for. Now, keep that in mind. Real estate investing worldwide is always a thing, but are you going to invest in something that makes sense? Airbnb, VRBO, short-term rentals. What do you guys think? Chaos is coming, ladies and gentlemen, because that will also go down because the consumer nation, which is United States, Canada, EU zone, they're going to have an economic problem. So therefore, less people will be traveling except the top 15%. Top 20% of the wealthiest, they have money. That's why I've always recommended, if you're going to be in real estate, always try to do either upscale or luxury or both. So if you're going to go for short-term rentals, you want upscale, luxury, or both. You want amenities, location, something special about your location, and that will help you get additional reservations. It's that simple. This isn't rocket science out here. Again, this is very, very simple business. Now, are you going to be in tourist zones is the question, or are you just going to go, well, it's over in the Philippines and it's on an island, so I'm going to go buy? No, you need to understand the ecosystem. You need to understand how many tourists are even coming there in the first place. Do you even know how many nights on average that they are renting in that particular area? If you don't, how about AirBTix? AirTix. AirTix. I call them Airbnb, but it's all right. Hold on. Let me go look at something just to make sure I have it right. I think that's it. Can't remember. Let's see. Oh, that's not it. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What did I miss? AirBTix. Maybe that's it. Let's see if that's it. Nope, that's not it either. What the heck's going on? Hold on. Hold on now. AirBTix. Yeah, that's what it is. AirBTix. Okay. AirBTix. That's it. Go there, and even on the free thing, they will show you what the occupancy rate is for that county or city or area. So nobody can give you any sugarcoat and rainbows. You will know. So all this time, I'll give you a perfect example. In the DR, all the realtors, everybody started this rumor that said hotels are like 93% full throughout the year. They started the rumor about 83% Airbnbs, right? Wrong. It's nowhere near that in the Punta Cana area in La Alta Gracia. No, it's like 40, it went up. It's like 48% occupancy rate for Airbnbs. And the highest is 72% in Los Corrales, El Cordecido, and that is for studio units. One bedroom unit has 3 or 4 points less, but they are the highest areas in all of La Altagracia. Now, if it's 48%, that means it has to be additionally the same number over 48. There has to be some people with the same number minus the 48. So 48, for instance, I'll round up. Let's say it was 50. 50 up to 70 is 20 points, 20%. So that means somebody's only getting 30% occupancy, you follow, in order to have an average, right? So you understand, you better find out what area is only doing 30%, because you better run a model run. If I do 30% occupancy for the year, 30% of 365 days is a little over 100 days. 120 days maybe. 120 days and I'm only charging $100 per night means $12,000. If I have a 25% management fee, that means 1/4 is gone. So that means I made 8 G's just in that. Never mind any other expenses, HOA, or if I have a mortgage or anything of that nature. But right then and there, you can figure out if I bought something for $150,000 and I'm only making $8,000 per year. Ladies and gentlemen, you better start running the numbers. You go $8,000 divided by 50, a hundred. What am I? $8,000 divided by how much I bought it for, 150,000. Let's say, right? That gives you your return, ROI. So you're gonna be like, wait, that's only like 5%. Exactly, bingo. You could put your money at 4.5% with a treasury bond if that's all you do. And why wait on pre-construction or anything else? It's that simple. It's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen, when you're out here doing business. It's very, very simple. Make sure you smash that like button. Also, it's been a bit chilly out there, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means. You guys have to go to beachfrontjava.com. Why? Our own has this business. Professor Auntie Val and Family, premium blend coffee and tea, and of course, upscale luxury with premium beans. Upscale beans from, when you think of the world's best beans, some people think of South America, others think of Central America, some think of Africa, some think of Indonesia. Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, that's what she does. She has whole beans, fine ground, drip ground, Keurig, and priced right. From half-pound bags to 5-pound bags. Go over there and use the promo code SSN Lifestyle, all caps. Again, SSN Lifestyle, all caps. Why? So you get a discount for life after your first order. That's right, after your first order. But everybody who orders, even if you don't use the SSN Lifestyle promo code, everybody that orders get free shipping. Inside the United States only. Outside the US, you know it's going to cost additional. But we have enough USA citizens that should go down there and show her some love. And make sure you say, hey, I'm from SSN Nation anyhow in the comments and the review. Once you review and taste the coffee that you ordered specially, and the tea that you ordered specially, and the so many different varieties, you can go leave that information so others would say, hey, man, this is awesome. This is pretty good. This tastes real good. I need to tell other people about it. In fact, I did not order like I was supposed to 2 weeks ago. The wife just said, oh, we ran out of coffee. Make sure you go get from Professor Auntie Val, her family. Make sure you get that coffee. I love it. I'm like, oh my God, I was supposed to order. But I'm just saying, Go show some love, ladies and gentlemen. You don't be like me. Order today. All right? You have no reason to not. I even had it in the shopping cart and I did not hit buy because we were online and I was showing it. So then after over 2 hours, 3 hours, I was a little tired. I went to bed, then I forgot about it until something like a few days ago. All right, check this out. Popular beverage brand files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I wonder who this could be. Okay, the distress began a year earlier for Anchor Brewing. Okay, they filed for bankruptcy. The brewery was established in 1869. That's right, 1869. The brand for breweries. This is incredible. Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Forgotten Boardwalk Brewing filed for Chapter 11, January 12th. Oh, you see how it's going now. Vintage Wine Estates, who had 60 labels at one time, they filed in 2024 for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This is getting bad, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting very bad. This is what happens when you have ups, like wine is traditionally, for instance, a little nuanced. So it's harder when the ordinary citizens can't buy wine, right? 70 to 78% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. So it gets very, very hard. And by the way, I can't see any chats. Just letting everybody know. So what I'm going to do is, uh-oh, slow charging. What the heck? Okay, just a second. I got to get something handled here. We got slow charging. We can't have slow charging. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna go to the SS Nation live because I don't. Whenever I don't see, just to see what's going on. Stop subscribers only mode. Oh, okay. Yeah, I put on subscribers only mode today. That's another thing. Okay. All right, I see now. We're there. We're there. I love it. But no comments tonight. So, again, if you're blocked on comments, you can always go to Instagram in case you want to do comments there. Like Fracida40114, I see you. Thank you so much for being on Instagram. Greatly appreciated. Now, let's talk about a few other things because we have talked about yield max ETFs for 2.5 years. Some people talk about it 2.5 years ago. We started talking, I'm sorry, not 2.5, 1.5 years ago. And I've started talking about it a year and a half. Well, no, it has been 2 years. Damn, time flies. Actually, I'm right. It has been 2.5 years. I started talking about it 2 years ago. They started talking about it 6 months before that. But it's been one hell of a ride, ladies and gentlemen. Getting dividends every week from YMAG and YMAX, whether it's 14 cents, 42 cents, 28 cents, it's all different. But go check out YieldMax ETFs. If you still don't have a brokerage account, I suggest you can download Robinhood, get your one free share of stock. Then you download Webull, and they have promotions right now. You can get up to like 20 free shares of stock, but that would involve you having to actually make a deposit, whether it's $5, 10, 20, 50, 100 or more. Then you will get more free shares of stock. It's a beautiful thing. So the links are down below in the description box. Make sure you utilize them. And what I normally do is I would put a link, down here. Let me see a Webull link. Let me go get one now. I'll do, well, wait, I can do two, I think. We can do Robinhood and Webull. I'll post it myself in the chat room. In fact, I don't even see this, which is weird. I don't see this. This is scary. I don't even see this. What's going down with the chat room? Okay, all right. Chat is now open to everyone. That's cute. But we have a problem with the chat room tonight. This isn't good. All right. Okay. It's all right. Make sure you guys smash that like button. It doesn't matter. Whenever we have challenges, you know what happens. We still happening. We still making it go. We still making it a thing. Don't forget, on our Friday night at 9:10 p.m., you guys know it is story night. It always evolves around business, but then again, it has a little bit of fun to it. So, story night. Here's something that's going to be on the story night. I just found this. My brother, as you guys know, passed away. His books are over the counter. That's right. He was an author. Duran Drake. He's my brother. And look at this. This is old school. I found this in his room. Old school. He was hanging out in Reno like 30 years ago. And I found this. So he went to probably go see this because at the time, I had VIP. I was VIP for gambling in Reno, Tahoe, Las Vegas. I gambled a lot, and we I had tickets for free shows and all this stuff that you get when you're VIP. So he was staying up there for a few months. So he got to know a lot of people, hanging out, doing stuff, having fun. And so I found this, and there's a story behind it because you can see on the back you can mail to people. It's a postcard. All right. So I'll tell the story on Friday, but this is another receipt. I've told the story before, but here goes the receipt. And yes, I did see this show. This is one of the cool shows that I don't know if they still have it around. This was a long time ago, but it's always a cool show. I will tell you when they're cool shows. All right. Now, don't miss Friday night because we're going to be talking about other things as well. The Federal Reserve, what they have done is stunning. It's a stunning thing that has happened. What did they say? They said we're going to hit the pause button because we don't happen. But does that spell trouble, ladies and gentlemen, for you? Yes, it does. If you can't buy a house, quote unquote, a liability, I suggest you check out one of the reels that I just posted on Instagram. In fact, I posted it yesterday. You guys should check it out because it talks about house, how you don't own a house, but yet you think you do, even after it's paid off. It's very, very interesting. Very well said. I've talked about this before that a home is a liability because you don't make any money. Here in the SSN Nation, in case you're new here, an asset is something that you put your money into, and after that, you back off, go to sleep, wake up. 6 months later, money is coming in. You don't have to do anything. That is an asset. Now, when you buy a house, sure, it goes up in value most of the time. But at the same time, it's a whole bunch of liability money going out the window. Insurance, property taxes, HOA if you have it, your gardener, housekeeping, maintenance, whatever the cases may be. All that costs you money that everybody just brushes off whenever they go with how much they paid for the house versus how much the house went up. So I'll give you a perfect example. If I'm down in Florida and the guys in Florida insurance company says, yeah, we're going to insure you, but it's going to cost you $6,000 per year. Okay, $6,000 per year is in 10 years is 60 grand. My house better have went up 60 grand. Now I have a $500,000 house note, $500,000 a month, and the house note is 3 grand. 3 grand a year is 36,000. My house better be going up $36,000 per year, and at the end of 10 years, my house better be worth more than what I paid for it plus 360,000. Or yeah, because 10 years is 36 times 10 is 360,000. So my house 10 years from now better be worth 900. And so most people would go, "Oh man, I made all this profit." Did you? It's a liability. You did not. And forget the property taxes. We haven't even thrown those in yet. So just keep that in mind, all right? Now, Federal Reserve, doing the pause. What does that mean to you and me? Like I said, that means trouble. They see something. You know what the trouble is? Like I started out the intro. When you see tariff retaliations are coming, you know what's going to happen. When you see a president freeze federal aid, freeze federal monies to federal employees in the hundreds of thousands, this is getting ridiculous. So not only do you have to worry about tariff war situations, that, and then they came out with the tax cut tax break plan. That is inflationary. And the worst part, like I brought out at the beginning, can you believe in the tax cut proposal that they said taxes will go up on the American people? You guys, are you serious right now? So the Federal Reserve says, hold on, man. You're about to make it harder for the United States citizens to pay for anything. They're already barely living paycheck to paycheck, 70 to 78%. I told you guys already, T minus 1 year, 11 months, it's bad. You got 2 years. Get all the assets you can. After that, hopefully, you'll be able to diversify yourself and be sitting somewhere else, because this is going to be a chaotic, bad situation. I've said it 4 times already. All right? So just keep that in mind. This is going to be bad. And now the federal grant freeze rescinds order but stays in place. See the federal grant freeze? Hey, new businesses, you wanted those federal grants, right? Well, when there's a freeze, look what's going to, you're not going to be able to operate. Speaking of being able to operate, I got to give a shout out to our man, Matthew Lesko. He's the guy. He's the man you guys might know that has the government grant program. Well, it's better than that. You can go to findhelp.org. You need help with job training for free. Findhelp.org. You need transportation to and from somewhere. Findhelp.org. You need caregiver help. Findhelp.org. You need medical help. Findhelp.org. You need a place to live or down payment money. Findhelp.org. It's a lot of things there. Put in your zip code and you can call each individual. Some of it's free, some of it people may charge, but it's nonprofits that receive government funds and they receive state funds. So therefore, that is heaven sent. So a lot of people around America, because of propaganda, they go, oh, the immigrants get more than I get. No, not really. It's just that you aren't coming to another country. You're already in our country, and our country doesn't have an ecosystem that tells people with flyers saying, here, you can get some help. Here you go. No, they go zip it. Don't tell people, ordinary citizens, that there's help out here for free. We want to give free help to corporations with subsidies, tax cuts, tax breaks, and anything else we can help certain businesses get over on. But we're not going to tell the people that we have all this stuff that they can do. That is the difference. So while you're putting yourself against immigrants or new people that come to the country, they don't get no more than you. But a lot of Americans believe, oh, they get all this stuff. You can get free housing too for a few months. Let's get real. All you have to do is go to findhelp.org, ladies and gentlemen. It's all there. Our government hides money. Why? Because they do the Brett Favre thing. Money that was supposed to go to low-income housing or low-income people, they took that money and gave it to Favre so he can donate to a school, his daughter's college. Can you believe Mississippi government did that? Well, guess what? The United States government does it as well. That's why they don't want you to know that you have even more help than any immigrant that comes here. But they ain't going to tell you. But Matthew Lesko's been telling you for 40 years. And again, if you missed that video, you can search the channel. He was here. So go to findhelp.org. And if you like Mr. Lesko, they have a group of their own that's called Lesko Help. How do I spell Lesko? Lesko help.com. You can go over there, sign up, and you will be shocked. You'd be like, wait a minute, I can sign up and other people are actually out there finding grants and they'll help me. All you have to do is put in the comment section, hey, I need some help with ... whatever you want. And then they're going to turn around and say, hey, you can get a loan here. You can get a loan there. You can, not a loan. I shouldn't say loan. You can get a grant here. You can get a grant there. It's awesome. So I just want you guys to know, that's what we do here. We help you, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, you notice we don't have anything that you need to do, such as send money somewhere. You know we don't have any courses to sell. You know none of that is happening. Joe Nay, I see you. Testing, 1, 2, 3, and welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Another investor's in the house. A man that's prepared himself for what's going to happen if there is a meltdown in the United States. He says, I have an exit strategy. He's been listening to the SSN Nation for 5 years saying, hey, Eric's the one that said, hey, we should start thinking about diversifying 5 years ago. We're already ahead of the curve, ladies and gentlemen. What can I tell you? You're still going to be ahead of the curve. Joe Nay, testing, 1, 2, 3. Post-retirement travel has finally retired. He is another investor. We're not talking about just a simple real estate. We're not talking about just something simple like a 401k. We're not talking about just something simple like working at a job, getting a pension. No, we're talking about a man that has done the full Monty. He says, hey, I'm going to do real estate. I'm going to do short-term rentals. I'm going to learn option income trading. I'm going to do all kind of things. He said, I got to prepare for the future because you know what? You know how many people that live in the United States that retired 10 to 15 years ago, and because of the economic situation, the prices that have increased over the last 10 to 15 years, they have to go back to work. The money did not last. And they're going to have to take jobs that are paying $20 an hour, $15 an hour, $25 an hour because they're 70, 65 or older. And obviously there is something against age in America. You know, you want to be the boss. You might have been the boss, but now you're frail, you're fragile, at least looked upon that way. And now you go out and get a job and they're like, oh man, no, I'm sorry, you can't work here. You're more experienced. You're too experienced for this job. Meanwhile, the person's like, yeah, but I'm going to be starving if I don't work here. Oh, I got to take that $18 an hour job. And now you have 70-year-olds, 75-year-olds working. 11 million retirees had to come out of retirement over the last 8 years. That starts scaring people. And post-retirement travel, since he set everything up, he's going on Mr. Worldwide Tour. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he brings out his tagline this evening. Hello all. Let's do this. That's what we do here. We try to help you. So come along for the ride. Make sure you smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen, and share the videos. Because you know there's a lot of people out here that don't know anything. They're scared. Miami Lit. I like that name, Miami Lit, because you know I love Miami. And in case you don't know, Miami Heat's my team. Miami Dolphins my team. So those are the teams in the Bay. Miami Bay, Biscayne Bay. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you so much for being there at Instagram. Who else we got in the house? Oh, no. We have our own Seamless Genius is here. Welcome, Vanessa Comagate, to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And she brings her tagline, hey, boss, SSN fam. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you. Hopefully everything is doing great with you. And I know it is because you are one of those. You're her. You're the one that says, you know what? I see what's coming. I'm going to put myself in position to win no matter what. And that's what she does. And even then, she puts herself in position with some mind games, business moves that I've rarely seen from anybody on this planet. And I've been doing business for a long time. This woman is smart. Seamless Genius is here. Thank you so much for being in the house tonight. Very happy to see you once again. Hopefully you're still safe in SoCal because you never know what's going to happen down in SoCal. That's all I can say. Now, if you can't hit the comment section on YouTube, there's a reason. I turned on, hey, you got to subscribe to actually make comments. And you have a delay of 1 minute. But that is what it is. Because we're demonetized now. So therefore, I did a little something. Normally, it used to be only members could be on Wednesday night live stream. Now it's open to everybody since we're demonetized. Now, let's just keep it real. Wonder why certain people are demonetized and some people aren't? Well, I don't know. Now, let's get into a few other things. Okay. Now, I'm looking over CNBC. Bob Menendez sentenced to 11 years in prison in gold bar bribery case. Ooh, he's going to be at Club Fed, South Carolina or something, I guess. That's going to be interesting. Don't feel too bad for these guys. They're not at the yard. They're at Club Fed. He's at one of these spots where you wear your own clothes, your own socks, your own underwear, your own tennis shoes, your own gear. Unless somebody comes visit you, then you got to look like you're wearing prison gear. But otherwise, you're out playing softball, lifting weights. Yeah, you might have a little job that pays you like 15 cents an hour or something, but you got to spend time somehow during the day, anyhow. And then in the evening time, you're just chilling, not doing a damn thing, walking around, chit chatting, meeting other criminals, and they telling you how to do this, how to do that, how you can get away with this, how you can get away with that. That's what he's at. So don't feel too bad for him, but you should be very, very mad that this dude is receiving bribery and then implementing stuff inside Congress based on who he's receiving bribes from. Like I said, you live in a third world country, but you don't know it yet unless you got your blinders on, because this is crazy. It's affecting you. What these guys have done has basically sold the American citizens down the river. And you're sitting here sweating, streaming, uphill, swimming, uphill, and you can't get there. And you're like, damn, man, this is hard. There's a reason. Somebody's holding you down. This isn't free capitalist society. Let's get real. We have free capitalism because we as business people can start a business, yes. But we don't have the same cachet as a corporation that sells stocks. You have to earn it the old fashioned way. You have to take risk. But if you go to Delaware, make sure you can get on the stock market and sell stocks, then all of a sudden all bets are off. You can get money out of anything, any place, anytime, anywhere, and then you can file bankruptcy after you lost it all and after you spent it all. So just remember, this is coming down, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Hopefully it doesn't affect the SBA. That's the play. Yes, Vanessa Comagate. See, this is what I'm fearful of. This is what was talked about, freezing federal SBA, federal grants. That's what they're talking about. This is insanity, but yet we're going to do tax cut, tax breaks for the rich. This is insane to me, but we knew this was going to happen, though, I have to admit, if this guy showed up again. And here we are. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you better be afraid, very, very afraid, because if they start doing what he has said, we're cutting off services. What do I mean by services? Well, we're talking about government aid like Medicare, Medicaid, health scenarios, no free school lunches for your children. Yeah, right. You guys have no idea that Project 2025, you guys didn't want to read it. Well, guess what? Him and his boys, yeehaw! Only the rich are gonna survive. Let's go. Let's go. You guys better be watching it. You got 1 year, 11 months. That's it. You better get your assets right now, because otherwise you're going to be shut down. Joe Nay says after his testing, another investor's here. Like I just mentioned, he's an investor as well, ladies and gentlemen. He brings his tagline. And Joe Nay, once again, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he says, good evening, SSN. Good evening to you. How was everybody this evening? Hopefully everybody's doing fine. And once again, since you're here, Joe Nay, we have entrepreneurs in the house. And again, the author of the books behind me, Star Cruiser Falcon 1, Duran Drake. Star Cruiser Falcon 2, D-Generation, Duran Drake. And by the way, AKA my brother who has passed away that many of you know about. And his funeral is February 1st in a few days. Now, can you believe he was a huge Cowboys fan? So it's gonna be Cowboy down, apparently. That's what's gonna be happening. So if you're coming, you don't have to come in your Sunday best. You don't have to come in the suit and ties. You can come with Cowboy jerseys. Can you believe this? I didn't realize how much of a Cowboy fan he was, considering these guys haven't done anything in like 20 some years. I mean, 20 years probably. But nonetheless, he's still a diehard. So I didn't know how serious it was until I started cleaning out his room. Next thing I know, I pull out one jersey. I'm like, okay, E. Smith, U of F. Okay, Emmitt Smith, cool. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, another jersey? Troy Aikman? What? Oh, Okay. I'm like, oh, I didn't. Oh, wait, what? Who's this Ezekiel Elliott? Ezekiel Elliott jersey? Oh my, a different color, the gray and black or whatever. Then I'm looking, wait, is that a starter jacket in here? Holy smokes. All of a sudden, I'm finding all kinds of stuff that I've never seen him wear. So now, since he's been a huge fan, and then I just found, dropped off my cousin who just came in. And now all of a sudden I find out, I said, hey, did you bring any gear for the Cowboys? She goes, of course I did. You know I love the Cowboys. I'm like, no, I did not know you love the Cowboys. What the heck's going on around here? She goes, I have my gear. Oh, so I don't have to give you some of his gear. I was like, okay. Because I'm thinking I'm going to give somebody some gear, but not necessary. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of Cowboy fans out here. America's team. All right. Post retirement travel says the stock market is still holding back. Of course it is. I am still dollar cost averaging. You have to. A lot of folks are sitting on the sideline with a bunch of cash. That is very, very true. The cash is coming to the market sooner or later. Yes, but post retirement travel, I will say this. The way I view it, you're right. But what I'm saying is just what the Federal Reserve did by pausing. I think that's what a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines to see what happens as well, which means that there's going to be this downward trend until they feel it's low enough to go back into the waters. But while they're waiting, there's so much chaos happening around the world financially. They're like, hold on, I can't, feel confident that some next day they're not going to say, oh, we're going to have a tariff against all African countries or all of the EU or some craziness. So you can't blame the guys for sitting on the sideline. And that is going to cause the market to fluctuate. And that could also hurt the market as well if all of a sudden billions and billions of dollars are sitting on the sidelines instead of being invested. That means stock prices are going to go down. So just keep that in mind. This is going to be playing out over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Now, as we all know, in this particular case, you have no choice. You have to put money in the casino, the billionaire's casino. You have to put it in there. That also means any dips, anything that goes down, you have to buy now. I don't traditionally like dollar cost averaging, but in this particular case, in order to win on the other side of this, like 6 years, 4 years, 5 years from now, you have to invest every month, every week, whatever your normal schedule is. Whether the stock price is higher or lower, you have to keep going. If you do not, you are going to be hurt, because what's going to end up happening is if there's a upward tick or a downward tick, you're going to be holding a bag, let's say, and the stock prices go down and you do nothing. You're holding a bag, you buy when the stock price is, let's say, today. And then all of a sudden it starts going up because other people start dumping things in. You just never know. Playing that game, you're probably going to miss out on some of the 10 to 20 highest days during the year by playing this wait and see game. You have to put money in all of the time. Do not try to act like Warren Buffett. Don't do it. Don't act like Michael Burry. Don't do it. You're not them. You need to act like a reasonable person. Stock prices went down, you got to buy. Stock prices go down more, you got to buy. That's what you do. That's all I'm going to say. So Victor Marrero is exactly right. All we do know is over time, the stock market always recuperates and goes up. Why? We have world currency. We have the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve did a pause. The best thing that they could do. They just delayed the inevitable. Everybody's like, what do you mean you're doing a pause? You're supposed to reduce the interest rate. Like that's going to matter. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. The Federal Reserve knows what I'm about to tell you right now. The bottom line of the story is this. They know that the policies that this president's going to do is inflationary. So they can't cut the rate. If they cut the rate, that's inflationary because that means more people will borrow money. So now and then when you have tariffs, that's inflationary. So the only playbook they could do, because the Fed doesn't really even have a playbook, they do, but they can only increase or decrease interest rates and talk. So they paused because they know what this administration is doing is inflationary. You can't get around it. February 1st is supposedly going to come with tariffs for our allies. Our allies have already imposed things, so prices have already went up. We have already done things. Our businesses have already increased prices as well. So that's inflation. You're now having to make more to buy the same goods. And most people are already tapped out. So they're tapping out. Hey, I give up. I can't buy. Sorry. So that means the tax cut, tax breaks now have to come and take over where the money goes up to the top. Those guys get to spend their money. So that doesn't help people, the 70 to 78% of the people. It helps the markets, though. It helps them get government grants and subsidies and all this stuff and tax cuts so they don't have to pay as much in taxes. But that does not stimulate the situation at hand now where 70 to 78% of the population is living paycheck to paycheck. This used to work when you had 50% of the population living paycheck to paycheck. But now that you have almost 80% of your population living paycheck to paycheck, it's not going to matter if all of a sudden these guys get $100 billion in tax cuts because the trickle down doesn't work. All that does is increase your money supply. That's it, which causes inflation. So 4 years from now, you're going to have a problem, just like clockwork every time. But the problem here is it's going to happen before 4 years because we were never able to do anything with the housing market with the interest rates were high. So therefore, there wasn't any investing, so to speak. And now nobody can still invest because they hit a pause button. So now we're going to find out how this is going to play. But we're getting into no man's territory. And we can't have people of the SSN Nation in no man's territory. We need you with diversification. So if United States turns out to be a brick, what do I mean by that? A brick. You know what a brick is. Like, for instance, your EV no longer works. That's a brick. It doesn't work. It's a brick. You might as well kick it off into the ocean. Well, don't do that because that stuff doesn't go away. It's toxic chemicals for life in the water. But all I'm saying is it's a brick. It doesn't move. You can't cut it on, can't cut it off. It's toast. And you can't even sell that crap for scrap. So that is a problem. So that is a possibility that what could happen in the United States, we could have a debt lockup. Meaning the guys that are getting loans, the guys that can get loans are going to have to pay double digits potentially. All right? Not just 10, 11, 12. They're not going to do their single digits anymore. That's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big, big problem. Trust me. All right, here we go. Post-retirement travel, 2 more days, and my wife and I will be sitting at the Orlando Airport VIP lounge ready for launch to Central and South America. Make sure you bring that drone. Make sure whoever is watching this right now, I don't care where you're watching, he's going to be Mr. Worldwide. Make sure you hit his icon so you can go subscribe to his channel and click the all notification bell here on YouTube. Now, he says, hey, Eric, I might not be able to post on YouTube. I say fine because on Instagram, it's so easy. You can just make a reel. You can do everything. It's easy. So then I said, well, then we better tell people to go to Instagram and go sign up under Post-Retirement Travel. Become a follower and go there now, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of you on your mobile phone, so you can actually be in 2 places at once. Let's go. And I know some of you on your desktop. You can open up 2 windows. Come on now. Show some love for our own post-retirement travel, and his wife and family is going to be traveling around the world. Don't you guys want to see what's happening in Central America? Don't you want to see what South America is like? Most people don't find out about Lima, Peru, right? Come on. Most people are down in Brazil or something, or Colombia. Come on now. Argentina. How many people go to Argentina these days? Come on now. Let's go. All right, so here we are. He's ready. Passports and investment cards are ready. Let's roll. That's right, let's roll. And he's ready. He's actually thinking on the way. I'm pretty sure he might run across me thinking about, hey, you know what? I got some extra cash coming in. Let's see what's happening down here. You never know. But that's the way of life, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. Oh, wow. That's cool. Your brother was an author? Yes. Duran Drake, Star Cruiser Falcon 1, Star Cruiser Falcon 2. You can get a free version at Amazon. The digital version is free at Amazon. And I found some more books. My God, I didn't even know there was some sitting around. I just went to the garage today. I started looking around, moving stuff around, and I was like, okay, I saw that stack of books, but they had like these little books on there, like, those little 6-inch books. And so, and then it had a magazine, so I was just going to move it. And then all of a sudden, one of the books popped out, and I was like, wait, this is Star Cruiser Falcon stuff? So another 6, 7 books. He should have been going on a book tour. I was like, hold on, I already found like a dozen. Now I think I found about another 6 or 7. Plus these, each one of these here. So this is pretty awesome. But anyhow, yes, Duran Drake, Anthony Bird is Duran Drake, creator of Star Cruiser Falcon 1, Star Cruiser Falcon 2, and I might have found parts or the start of Star Cruiser Falcon 3. Now, as you know, Vanessa Comegate, the movie business is fickle. So, we're going to have to make sure that we maintain intellectual property rights. Because you never know, that Hollywood call might come. Hey, we want to do a movie based on these books. Be like, oh, wait, we got 3 books now. In fact, this is going to help out. Let's go see some manuscripts. I'm like, oh, right, all right. So, we got to make sure that is proper. And because this is business, you guys know you want to keep your intellectual property rights. There's no publisher, which is cool. He did a self-publish, so that's cool. So all it is now, make sure you have everything proper. Paperwork. As with anything, they try to jack you. All right. Let's see what we got. Yes, Victor, I'm on your heels. Exactly. Here we go. Post-retirement travel. Agree, Eric. The way to build wealth is staying invested. This is a marathon, not a sprint. If you stay on the side watching for your buying zone, you'll be waiting forever. Also, think inflation. Exactly. And by the way, speaking of inflation, that I've talked about the downside of inflation, here's what I also tell people. This is the funniest part. What I love about business is the business, even though there's inflation for the ordinary citizen, the people that buy products, for a business, there's no such thing. I never felt there's inflation. Why? Because if something costs more, then I pass that on to the customer. The customer pays it. My profit stays the same. I don't lose. The only thing I may lose is I have a little less customers. But at the same time, you're doing advertising. So you gain the same customer you lost, you're going to gain back. So therefore, I have to raise my price 10%. So let's just say I normally sell something for $50. But because of inflation, everything that I buy wholesale is $55. Well, now all I'm going to do is charge $10 more for whatever I'm selling it for. Simple. I still have the same profit. I still get to keep up with inflation. The consumer does not. That's why the $1 million, $1 trillion companies, they keep exceeding their revenue numbers when they're rolling because they're charging more. Just like right now, Netflix says we're charging more. Hulu says we're charging more. All these streaming, we're charging more. So now they're going to have higher revenue numbers. Okay, that's great for Wall Street, but not really. The higher revenue numbers only means one thing, higher revenue. That doesn't mean higher profits. It means you might have the same only 1% profit increase. All right, stock market can live with that. But that's how the game works. That's why I love being in business, because you never can go down. So when we were doing short-term rentals, remember, I was telling you guys over the years, last 2 years, ever since the pandemic, when we used to charge $299 a night. Right now, next week is the Waste Management Open, right? $299 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 2020, 2021, $299 a night for the weekend. You guys know between 2020 and 2020, now 2025, inflation, they claim, was 7% a year, 8% a year, whatever, right? It's basically single digits. So if I did 5 times 8, 40%. 299. I'll do this right now. 299 times 40%. So the general public goes, "Oh, inflation's only been 40% over the last, we'll call 5 years." So I go 299 times 40%, right? That is $119 more. So we'll call it 120. So you go 299 plus 120. That's $419. All right? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The people who are staying at the Waste Management Open next week, they are spending $619 per month, per night, plus the Airbnb fees. I believe that beats the 40% inflation rate. It is more than double, 100% more. This is why business is where you need to be also as an asset, because you're not going to lose as long as you have clientele. That's the whole kicker. Tourist is always a thing. Waste Management Open is the biggest tourist event in Phoenix area every year, bar none. So that's why it's limited, and especially when location, amenities, and you can walk to the TPC golf course. That's why they get a 2-bedroom, and they can get, by total, because of Airbnb adding on prices, pay $745 per night. And say, "Can I make next year's reservation?" I say, "Yes, you can." And then I say, "Well, I charged you $619 per night last year, but since you're redoing it with me, I'm going to have to charge you $10 more, so it'll be $629. Fair enough? Cool. They will rebook like usual a year in advance. It's crazy. But again, when we talk real estate, this is why I always tell you amenities and location matter. So when you say, "Okay, it's in Scottsdale, Arizona, what amenities can you have?" I'm glad you asked. Free parking, for one. TPC tournament, try and get some parking. It ain't going to be no damn $10 to go. The park, you know what's funny? When you drive down the street to go to the Holiday Inn, on the left-hand side is the parking place for people who's going to the TPC. They're paying $50 per day, minimum, just to come in and park their car. These people are getting their cars for free, and they get up to 2 cars because they have a 2-bedroom. They park there for free, while people less than 50 yards away are paying $50. And if they get the VIP or whatever and have the cart and all that, it costs more. But the fact I'm trying to tell you is that is per night, per vehicle. They don't have to pay. They get to walk to the TPC even closer. So that has a little love to it. And the amenities on site, can you believe? You want to bring the kids? Great, because there's a little water park. You want to be an adult kid? Oh, great. They have a game room with pool table, ping pong, video games that are free. Hell yeah, we'll take that. They have a restaurant. They have a mini mart, so they don't have to leave. Coffee shop. All rooms are fixed up pretty nice. I'd call them 4-star, 3.5 to 4-star. That's nice. And I'm probably missing out on some other stuff. The sauna, the spa, and all this stuff. So they're like, "Hell yeah, I'll pay this," especially during that time, because you can't get a place right now, probably. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. And also think about inflation. That's why you always want to do business, because you get to stay ahead of the curve. All right, that's a great idea. Hollywood is always stealing. LOL. Looking for content. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's what they do. Hollywood's always down there doing something. It's crazy. That's what they do. Stealing is what. Say it like it is. I'm glad you started out like that, because that's what it is. And quite frankly, I was telling everybody, Vanessa Comegate, what happened this year was a rare thing. The fellas who are in the movie business or industry, they called me up and said, "Hey Eric, why aren't you out here in Vegas?" It was November, I think it was. They said, "Hey Eric, why aren't you out here in Vegas at the some actor? I don't even know what the name is." He said ASA or ASO, whatever it was. I'm like, I said, "You mean that movie industry thing?" He goes, "Yeah, we're out here talking about some stuff where we're going to be doing stuff next year, and you should come out here." I'm like, "Well, I'm not in the movie business, man. I don't do this kind of stuff. You guys don't pay people right." He's like, "No, no, man, you should come out here this time. We should do something." I said, "Oh, I got stories. I got something for you, man." Yeah, in fact, you know what? I guess it is time I go down there and get my own studio and set up and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, come out here. Come to the Sunset Sundance Film Festival," but I couldn't go, obviously. So next year, those two things are on tap. Maybe finally I'll be down in LA in the warm weather, chilling for a few months, or maybe, who knows, maybe we're in Santa Fe, maybe we're in New Orleans, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, maybe I'll do some movie business. So, my man, on Friday, 2 weeks from now, Friday, don't miss it, it's story night. And I'm going to have who I wanted on last Friday, but I'm going to have him on. He said he'll be free in about 2 weeks. So either it's going to be not this Friday, but either it'll be the following Friday. But stay tuned. You don't want to miss this because I got stories to tell you. Speaking of Hollywood, speaking of stealing stories, I told you there's a guy. I'll set it up this way: white men can't jump. The guy goes down to LA with a friend of his. They go down to Venice Beach. They're out there playing basketball for money, 2-on-2s, doing them stupid Woody Harrelson stretches and all that stuff. And you'll understand once you see him, and you'll see Cornbread. He'll give you the story. He's went even for the dating game auditions, and apparently somebody just called him up. Speaking of content, this is 30 years ago at least. And all of a sudden, some friend of his called him up and said, "Hey, man, I saw you on some streaming thing about the dating game. When were you on the dating game?" He's like, "What? I did an audition for this dating game, but they didn't air it." He's like, "No, I saw it. That's why I'm calling." He's like, "Oh, no." So now he's calling down to LA going, "Oh, wait, where's my money?" I can't blame him. But nonetheless, yeah, speaking of that, they brought out some old stuff they never aired on the dating game. And he just found out about it. We just talked yesterday. I was like, "What? This is awesome." But now we got stories, even more stories to tell. So you got to come on Friday night. And we're going to have a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I think it'll be in 2 weeks. But don't miss this one. This one's going to be one for the ages. Because like I told you guys, this guy, me and him actually threw parties at nightclubs. That's right. You heard what I'm saying. We're the guys that said, hey, I went into the place. Like there's a club. I'll call it in South Sacramento, but I can't remember the name of it. But anyhow, we go to the club. I go to the club in South Sac, and I tell the guy, "Hey, man, I want to have a party over here." I'm like, "It's perfect location, right off the 99 freeway, South Sacramento, right there, easy in, easy out." And the place is kind of smallish, but holds probably a couple hundred people easily. And so I tell him, "Here's what I'm gonna do." I said, I'm giving you a story I should be talking about on Friday, but I mentioned this before. So I tell him, I say, "Hey, how about the usual? You get the bar, you keep all the stuff on the bar, I get everything at the door. All right?" This is like 19, oh man, 90, 91, maybe 88, 89. I can't remember. It's a blur. But anyhow, it's somewhere between 1988 and 1991. No, actually, I know when it is. 1989. That's when it was. So anyhow, I'll tell you, well, there's a whole story that I'm going to talk to you guys about when he shows up. But the point I'm trying to make is I knock on the door to this bar, this club. The guy says, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, let's see what you got. In fact, I'll do that. You can have the Saturday night." So I'm like, right on. Well, what he doesn't realize is we've already done parties before at other locations. So we do them like once every month, I believe, or every other month, something like that. So we have a following of people because we do parties differently. So at our parties, here's what happens. Even to this day, this doesn't happen. So can you imagine which my friends were artists at Warner Brothers? Like you guys know, my friends, Club Nouveau, they in the 80s, they had Grammy Awards, they had number one hit songs and things like that, right? And Jay had a deal with Warner Brothers. So he's doing stuff with Albie Shore. He's doing stuff with a lot of people. I just can't remember everybody's names because I used to go down to LA, and next thing I know, I'm hearing violins going off. He's like, this is going to be on the next album for so and so. I'm like, okay. So it's all like this. So I go see Jay. Jay says, I tell Jay, I'm like, Jay, man, I'm going to be having a party up at the place. And Jay doesn't go out. He doesn't go to parties. He's an artist, but he's not that type of an artist. He's like, go do the business of music, then goes, stay safe. So he comes back from his room and he starts giving me Warner Brothers CDs, hit songs that are just came out, the full albums. He says, "Oh man," I said, "Yeah, because I want to give them to everybody that shows up." So he starts unloading. He's like, "Here, man," because he has that Warner Brothers deal. So he has all kind of artists, all the guys. We got, I mean, the Princes, the Albie Shures, and everybody. So he gives me all those. So then I'm getting ready to leave. Jay says, "Hey man, you know what? Why don't you just have my limo for the evening?" I'm like, that's not necessary. But he's like, "Don't worry. I'll have my man Rico, my driver. He'll drive you around." I'm like, "Okay, well, what do I got to pay you?" He's like, "Oh man, don't worry about it. We're friends. You can just have it for the evening." So that's how we have how I have the limo for the evening. We're picking up people. We have the CDs, and on top of that, I was friends with the Pioneer Chicken chain in Folsom, California. They had 5 stores. And because I used to come in and I was doing like fitness stuff, but I used to talk with the son, which I didn't know was the son. I would come in and I would talk to him because we did marketing. Well, that's another story I've never told you about. I used to do marketing with International Fitness. Marketing basically was those cards that you would see on counters. You put your card in to get your free week or whatever it was, free month, and then you come that people would go in and then you try to sell them a membership, right? So people would put their name in the card, name, number, whatever in there, and then everybody wins their week or month, whatever it was. But that was a marketing tool. So because I used to go in and they agreed to allow it to sit on their counters, the son would always be talking like, "Hey man," but I didn't know he was their son. He would just say, "Hey, how's it going, man? What's up?" And then I'd be telling him, "Hey man, I'm doing this international thing, but you know what else I'm doing? I'm doing this." And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Why you do this?" I said, "Because it's easy." I said, "Because I get to drive around. They're paying me. They're paying me when somebody signs up. I don't have to do nothing but just come and talk to people and leave these on the counter, the boxes." He's like, "Are you serious?" I go, "Yeah, this is it." So I just spend 4 or 5 hours a day. Then I go to my office, and then we throw parties sometimes once or twice every 3, 4 months. He's like, "Really?" I don't think nothing of it. I walk in one day to their place, and I said, "Hey, man, you got to come to my party." He's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, the one it's going to be on Florin Road in South Sax." He's like, "All right, I'll come, but hold on. Let me go talk to my dad." I'm like, "Okay, just call me then." He goes, "No, no, no, my dad's in the back." I go, "What are you going to talk with your dad about?" He goes, "Oh, you didn't know? We own all of the Pioneer Chicken places here." I was like, "No, because I've only seen at each one, there's a different person." He goes, "Yeah, my dad's usually not around and his partner, they're usually not around." I was like, "What the?" So I tell him about the party we're having. Next thing I know, he says, "Talk to my dad." Next thing I know, they come out and said, "Oh man, you're so cool. You know what we're going to do? We'll give food at your party. We'll bring it out to Florin Road." I said, "No, come on. Seriously? They're like, yeah, man, you're always been cool and stuff. So we're going to do the food. So now that was one of our little pet peeves, right? We always had CDs, gifts to give away. Everybody who comes gets gifts, not some bogus nonsense like this. No, we give you potentially music. We're giving you like t-shirts from artists, not just any no name. We're talking about guys that are on the charts, Billboard top 10. All right? We have all this stuff that we're giving away. Who just comes and pays, get this, $10 in 1989. Back then, clubs were $5, $3, all this. We charge $10. So we have food, we have gifts, we have drink specials. So you know everybody wanted to come. And not only that, I have the story. You're going to have to wait for the story. Why do we have all the women coming as well that are some of the finest women in Sacktown? Well, that will be the story you're going to have to watch out for. I'm not going to tell you the rest of it because he's going to tell you the rest of it because he's part of the reason why crazy, crazy stuff was going on. Also, that's cool. Sundance is a great start. Make connections. Vanessa Comagate. You know, some of those SSN lifestyle promo videos. Some people don't know when they see JBL and they don't see I'm in the audience where there's people on the stage and some of that stuff. That's actually at Sundance Film Festival. And so, yeah, I know people, but it's because I always told them, just like my friends in the music business, I don't want nothing to do with you guys other than I know you, you're cool, but I don't want to be in the business. That's how I've always been. So with those guys, they keep trying to get me to come and do stuff. And I'm like, no, man, I don't want to be in the business because you guys don't pay people right. You always jack people. You steal content. You steal likeness and image and all this stuff. I said, I don't want to be there because I'm not that type of guy. I'm a nice guy. I talk nice. I'm acting nice, but I'm not really nice. Because you jack me, you're going to get hurt. So I can't play your guy's game. I'll be in jail. I mean, seriously. I said it's best if I don't be in this music businesses or movie business because I can't deal. But for my brother's stuff, we're going to have it proper. So that way, if anybody ever comes doing crazy stuff, I won't have to get raunchy and raw. So therefore, I'll feel safe. And if I have my own business in the movie biz, then everybody's got to go through me. Then I'll feel cool. As long as I have just distribution, that's all I care about. That's it. I'm not going to be trying to have it on going on the movie screen worldwide and all this. Let's just do some streaming so we can stay cool. I don't need you guys to start telling me you spent all this on advertising. So, yeah, man, we spent $50 million on advertising. And so, therefore, the movie made $75 million. So, we got to recoup our $50 million. No, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. All right. I hope it works out. It would be a great way to honor your brother. Exactly. Exactly. And so my friends who call me, by the way, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a sit down with them next year or actually this year. And I'll probably go to a couple of events, talk with these guys, meet some other people, see if they want to go and maybe talk to some people to actually make the movie or make a series. A series would be even cooler. But make some sort of adaptation. So then that way, hey, that'd be awesome, right? And of course, there'll be money to be made. But unfortunately, my brother wouldn't be able to reap some of the benefits, but the rest of the family would. So it'd be kind of cool. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it'll happen, but we're going to go for it. And we're going to go for I should say something's going to come out. And that's why I'm going to have Jim come on and talk because me and him actually will be doing something with movies, with streaming. We will be doing something because our stories is outrageous. No, you can't even write this stuff. And so therefore, that's why it's going to be crazy. That's why I like, hey man, you got to come to the ATL and hang out so we can get everything, write it down, audio, because we're getting older. And we might even have to have a 5-way with the other guys who know something about what we were doing back then and then talk about it. Because we have this intersection and it's kind of crazy. It's wild. You can't even make this stuff up. And no, ladies and gentlemen, it's no bang, bang, shoot 'em up. Well, okay, hold on. There's a little bang bang shoot 'em up that's going to be in it, but for the most part, it's all business, it's all fun, and it's all love. So it's going to be very interesting. And I'll even leave it with this because I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this fighter in California. His name was Tony the, well, we called him Tony the Tiger Lopez, was from Sacramento. And this guy, even though he lived in South Sacramento, at the time when I was living in West Sacramento, and one day we're playing at the park basketball. Next thing I know, I don't know him at all. And so the guys that we were playing basketball with, I kind of know them. I just met them. They're like, hey, man, come down to the boxing club because they're Latin. They're Mexicans, right? They're Mexican Latinos. They're like, come on down to the boxing venue, man. I'm like, man, I don't box. I don't do that. They're like, yeah, come on down. So the day that I finally accept their offer to come on down to the boxing on a Saturday, because I didn't have nothing to do, Tony the Tiger Lopez is there, and that's how I meet him. Next thing I know, he's fighting up in Lake Tahoe for some championship fight in the middle of a freaking parking lot, and these guys got VIP tickets and everything for me. I was just like, this is awesome. But you just never know. We got a lot to talk about. So we'll see what's happening with that. All right, Brian P. Mr. Dividend is here. The superstar of the Yield Max ETFs. I don't know what to tell you, but welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. The epitome of wealth, the epitome of passive income, the epitome of investing in the stock market, the epitome of buying ETFs and reaping the rewards of massive dividend distributions. He's here. Welcome to again a happy day, Eric. Thank you so much. It's a happy day. I'm still alive. I'm breathing. I hope all is well with you. Yes, it's going better, man. It's going better. Happy day, SSN family. Smash that like button. Give it an upper one piece. Give it a one piece. In fact, give it a two piece because you have to hit the follow button. Then you got to hit the all bell notification. All right. So thank you so much. The another superstar investors in the house. Thank you, Eric. You're welcome, man. Call it like I see it. You're responsible for the Yield Max ETF blow up. You and post-retirement travel because over 1.5 years ago, you guys are the ones that said, hey, man, what about that Yield Max ETF? I'm like, hold on, man. I ain't never heard of them guys. They're brand new. What's happening? What's going on? Then 6 months later, both or one of you chimed in again. Hey, man, checked out that Yield Max ETF. I was like, hold up a second. This thing giving out what? $1 every month? And it's only $12, $15 a share? Hold on a second. Are we still talking about 50% distribution of dividends? 75%? I'm like, holy smokes, hold on. We got to pay attention. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, still going strong, still showing some love for the rest of the world. Speaking of the rest of the world, let's go see who else is showing some love on Instagram. Let's see. Go to Instagram. We're trying to get up to 1,000 followers by the end of 2025. That's it. 1,000. A simple goal. So just go over, stop struggling now on Instagram, hit the follow button. That's all you have to do. Not anything major. Post up some things every now and then. Every day there's going to be a story, maybe a reel. You just never know. So please show some love there. And if you still have not smashed that like button and subscribe to the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel, Twitch channel, any other channels, please do so. That'd be greatly appreciated. I knew he was going to say this. I knew he was going to say this. Eric, check out your emails. I knew he was going to say this because I checked out my emails. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I have double duty. We have it's not really a full-blown funeral. It's more of a memorial on February 1st. Then I have to clean up the house. 40 years. My mom, my brother, we never took anything out the house of my mom's because my brother was mourning even after 1-2 years passed. So his stuff and her stuff is everywhere still, even though we took some of her stuff, put in the garage, but it's still in the garage. We have a garage full of my mom's stuff, plus some stuff in other closets still. Now I have all his stuff and all the stuff in the garage too. And now my daughters are coming. That's right. The smart ones. the superstars. They're coming. And so now I have to get rooms cleaned. Even the one that I'm talking in, I have to clean up. And I put stuff in here, which is crazy. So now I have a deadline. And today's the 29th. That means tomorrow is the 30th. And Saturday is February 1st. So I have literally, they're showing up on Friday. So I literally almost have one room done. This room I'm in is pretty easy to deal with because nothing major. But the point is, I got a lot of work to do. And I'm almost done with one room, got it to where it needs to be. It's going to be spectacular. And and this room is already going to be easy to handle. So that'll be cool. But we still have living room. We still got dining room. We still got, man, family room. We got all kind of stuff I got to deal with. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Now, this guy, he says, Brian P., I want to thank you so much also for your Cash App, but I got something from you on the Cash App. So go check it out. I got a request from you on Cash App. So that's very interesting. So go check out your Cash App because I got a request. I don't know if you meant to ask for something or not. So check it out. You might have hit one of the buttons or a different way. But go check it out. Let me know. Now, what I am going to do is I did look at some emails over the last 2 days. There are some disturbing information that's been coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about chaos. Oh my God. Oh, they started. Oh man, I forgot. The Microsoft 365. They started doing something crazy. They're making us do a second authentication using something like Google Authenticator. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? High yield dividend announcement was today for this Friday payment. 90% of my stocks, their dividends went up. Damn. Roundhill YETH is paying 3.5, $3.59, $3.60. That's insane. I don't know about the YET. Oh, wait, is that YETH? ETH? Wow. Well, hey, they're doing that income option thing. That's sweet right there. You know what happens when the crypto goes up and down. That's why everybody here should have a little bit of crypto. Well, hold on. Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's about it. All right, I'm not going to be on here too long tonight because Friday night. Wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Friday night, I was going to say it's going to be like a 4-hour show again. Oh, no, no, no. Because on February 1st, I have to do the 1 p.m. is my brother's memorial celebration of life. So I can't stay up too late on Friday night. But it's still going to be story night, though. All right. So a lot of family members going to be here as well. So it'll be a long day. So I have to do everything like tomorrow and Friday. By Friday afternoon, have to have everything ready. So I can't be on here too long because after this is over, I got to go do some stuff. But that is awesome. That is insane. This is what we're talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go for tonight. Write it down. That's why you have to bring your pen, pad, and papers because you never know what's going to be said out here. All right. Now, let's do it another way. I'm going to, well, hold on. I got to do this. I can't believe this. I want to set up a different method. No, I don't. I don't want to use. I don't want to use. I don't want to use that, man. They're killing me here. They're killing me. They're making me do it. They're making me. So I'm just going to use my phone. I can't get in to see the. I want to talk about some of these emails, by the way. I wanna talk about it. Let's see. Okay. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go see because we're gonna talk about. There's a few things, man. They're just taking your money, stealing your money. It just keeps going on and on and on. And start by getting no. I don't want to get the app on my. I've already set it up. What are you doing? See, now I can't even log into my own stuff. This is crazy. I hate this. I really, really hate this. This is crazy right now. Look at this. doing this. I can't believe this right now. There aren't any apps on my phone. This is insane. This is insane. Now I can't even get into my email because they got this authentication situation. This is some BS. Wait a minute. I got something else here. Hold on. They gave me two things. They gave me some codes. This is just ridiculous now. Time's up. Access denied because it's supposed to be my Man, come on. This is ridiculous. So I can't log in. Work. Wait, what? No. Can't log in. So forget about it, man. This is crazy. See, this is what we got to deal with as American citizens. Can't log into accounts because they want your authenticators on. Got to be on my cell phone to do it. This is ridiculous. Third world country nonsense. They're worried for me. Whoa, what's this? Verify your identity. Oh man, there's something new. Are we serious right now? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Um, this is funny. This is funny. This is too funny. They think this is funny. So that's giving me a code for my 365. They're giving a code. That's insane. Wow. Yeah, this is what I got to do to talk about this. Okay, I see. Well, what I'll do is I'll do like a 40-second deal real quick. Oh no, Brian P. Say goodbye to the Social Security payroll tax, the bill that could change everything. I don't understand. I don't understand. Because if you say get rid of the Social Security, okay, first of all, I don't. I'm gonna have to read this. Okay, here we go. I finally can get in, but not online. All right. So I'm gonna explain. There's some people that have not had their business before, so they never had to pay payroll taxes from a business standpoint. The reason why you have Social Security is because the business pays more than your salary. A lot of people don't realize this. So let's just say you make $20 per hour. Let's just say out of that, they take out in your FICA, it ends up being maybe, it's going to be 20, let's just say it's $2.50 per hour. I don't know the actual number, but let's just say it's $2.50 per hour, right? Guess what? The business matches it and has to send the government $2.50 per hour, so they're really paying you $22.50. But you don't know it because you're getting 20. They're putting in the extra $2.50 that goes into your Social Security. If they take away payroll taxes, that means Social Security changes. Okay, and that also means it's not solvent, period. So now that's a problem. That will change everything. For retirees, you're going to be out here working your ass off because you're not going to have enough Social Security money coming in, plus pension money if pensions are still around, plus anything else. They're making it so you have to be rich. You're going to have to be rich. I keep telling you, you're going to have to make $175,000 or more if you are up and coming and do not have any assets that you can rely on. And an asset such as a home, you're paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per month, and you get older, you're not going to be able to sustain wherever you live if somebody wakes up and says your insurance is now $9,000 per year, which is going to happen in 10 years from now. $10,000 per year for your mortgage, for your insurance, $1,000 per month. Then your real estate's going to go, oh, but hey, you think that's something? You're going to have to give us $1,500 per month for taxes. Because now you're going to be paying $15,000, $16,000 a year, $18,000 a year. This is what's going to happen. You're going to have to make $200,000 a month, a year, household income in T minus 1 year and 11, 1 year and 11 months. Sorry to give you the bad news. All right, I'm Mr. Cold Hard Facts. So make sure you're still here 2 years from now so I can say, I told you so. All right, so I'm hoping that's not what you're talking about because that would be a travesty. I'm hoping, I'm really, really, really hoping that's not what you're saying right now because that would be very, very bad, Brian P., Mr. Dividend. That would be very bad. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to do this real quick. Let me see, where is it at here? Don't we have something? No, we don't. Oh, my. Okay, no video clip added. Well, we'll add this one. I've shown this one way too much because I don't have the other ones. I got to download them off.
Come on, come on.
Uh-oh. My God, man. I had the speaker off while I'm sitting there talking all this time. Damn it. Okay, so I was giving you guys the rundown. You're on mute. Can't hear you. Yes, I did go mute. Um, because when that I shouldn't have had to. But I was saying, you're right. The payroll taxes and everything like that is bad in my eyes. That's why I had to show you guys that federal law requires businesses. This is insane, man. This is all inflationary. That means that insurance is going to go up for the businesses. That means they pass it along to the customer. So now, if you already think $35 for an entree is expensive, wait till it's $45. And you're sitting there like, wait, this is ordinary. What are you talking about right now? Federal law requires all businesses to buy new type of insurance or face hefty fines. That means hefty fines mean businesses go out of business. Buy new type. Global warming risks are on the rise. Of course it is. Surprising. This is in Italy though. It appears. Clean Technica noted Italy faces significant risk from flooding. Oh, that's true. It's not all doom and gloom. While the situation underscores the new insurance behaviors are driving. Come on, we know how this works. Insurance companies are just going to charge more. Come on, this is not rocket science. I don't know if this is actually going to be part of the USA, but this is terrible, man. This is very, very bad. Why? This is crazy. Video cannot be monetized. What is this? Oh, something about copyright content has been detected in Dominican Republic Punta Cana investors live stream takeover. Are we serious right now? I I didn't do a takeover. The takeover was a year ago. Oh man, here we go. Apparently there's now some new copyright content on a video I made over a year ago. Channel not affected. Dominican Republic investors. I don't know, but it says I have a copyright just showed up. Some music I must have in there. All of a sudden, there's now copyright music. How funny is that? Yeah, oh, December. Yeah, it was almost a year ago. December 2024, actually. It wasn't a year ago. Recently. SSN Nation Punta Cana investors take over. Oh, the Wednesday night. Oh, yeah, we were at, what was that? Terra Negra. Terra Negra restaurant. They have music playing in the background. So, yeah, there was probably something on there. But damn, they took more than a month to give me a copyright notice. So I'll have to change the music in that. But nonetheless, we have all kind of crazy going on right now. I thought that was a year ago, but the takeover they're talking about is the Wednesday night after our SSN Nation Investors Forum, December 5th, 6th, 2nd, 5th, 6th, 7th that came out. So, good old days. Americans to get share of 5.8 million. Oh yeah. DR Horton gets a downgrade. That's a home builder, DR Horton. They're going to get all home builders are going to get a downgrade. MSTY 100% dividend yield could be, yes, happy dance. You got that right. Facial recognition for borders. MicroStrategy announces debt buyback. No surprise there. TSAs. Jennings joins 17 mil. Okay. AI Stargate. That'll be interesting. No, there's something you sent me 2 days ago. That Equifax lays off employees. That wasn't it. Oh, wow. I have another video that can't be monetized. Damn, they're just jacking the whole channel now. Okay. Look, I got another one. Video can't be monetized. We already know we can't be monetized. But anyhow, what does this mean for you, new president? What does this mean to invest? Um, No impact. No impact. What the hell? These dudes, man. These dudes are doing all kind of crazy. Actions you can take. Trim out segment. Sony Pictures. Okay, so this is January 21st. It's a live stream. What does this mean for you, Invest? So somebody's checking my channel, doing something, because I'm all of a sudden getting copyright strikes. Damn, I didn't even know I had that many. But they're not fatal. They're just telling me the music or something. Change the music. Um, this is crazy. Under Siege, ladies and gentlemen. I'm already demonetized, so does it really matter? Um, Nate Paul, Austin-based real estate developer, reaches plea deal in federal court. Damn. All kind of crazy's going on right now. It's going to get worse. Going to get a lot worse. So thank you once again. Oh, man, everybody's telling me I was on mute, so you guys didn't hear me. Can't hear you. Tamara Larry, I sent you a message. Check out your message, please, on WhatsApp. Can't hear you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I realized that after I saw the one, I saw a bunch of messages pop up. I was like, wait a minute, something must be wrong. And then went on my diatribe about Social Security taxes and how everything that they're saying in the article at first is not going to work. I was explaining that a business actually pays the payroll tax. So if I'm making $20 per hour and they pay $2.50, let's say, into Social Security, they pay $2 into the FICA. $2.50 also goes into on the other side by the business. So if the business doesn't pay that tax, that means there's going to be a shortfall. So that's why I showed you where the Social Security and Medicare people said you're going to go down to 79% of funding, which means you're going to dry up Medicare and Social Security a lot faster because you can only operate at 79%, not 100, because you know your people don't have to pay. So that changes everything. Everything. LPL pays 18 million over anti-money laundering lapses. This is crazy. Another little slap on the wrist after they got away with it for how long? LPL Financial, anti-money laundering compliance between 2019 and 2023. My God. Why don't they just tell us how much they made? Because I'd be willing to bet you it's in the billions. And then they're talking about 18 million. Let's see. 350 million remain active despite potentially violating LPL. So they still have a lot of customers. 4,000 foreign customers in 84 countries. My God. So it's probably a lot. It had to be. They don't give an amount. So now do Vanguard next, says one of the comments. Oh, this is wild. These guys out here ripping people off left, right, and they get a slap on the wrist. This is crazy. This is real crazy. Yeah, I'm looking for the amount, but they won't give it. I'm pretty sure somebody else is going to report it. 18 million. Well, they get to do jack people probably for billions. All right. Well, you guys can hear me now, on hopefully. And now I'm going to have to wrap this up. It's 2 hours long. Time went by so fast. Good God. But I got to go, ladies and gentlemen. Time's up. We got 2 days now. I have less than 3 days, which now it's already over. So it's 2.5 days till my brother's memorial. I have to get everything together. I still haven't gotten this place cleaned up enough for visitors and guests just yet, in case they come by, family members, friends, whatever. If they want to come by, we got to have things looking proper. And so therefore it's back to the right way, as I'll call it. Updated. We'll call it updating, right? Doing a lot of updating on the fly, trying to get things looking sweet. So that's what I got to do. And hey, The party still rocks. I'll see you guys hopefully on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support all these years. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you have your friends come back and share the videos, share the information, because they do not realize that they are in jeopardy, that there's going to be chaos over the next 1 year, 11 months. Actually, there's going to be chaos beyond that. But if they're just sitting idly by going doop de doo, I'm working my 50 hours a week, getting my paycheck, I'm going to be fine. They need to wake up, because they're not going to be fine. They're not going to be fine. All right? Things are about to go dark, bad. You're going to have to spend more money and get less. And that's a problem. You're not going to spend more money and even get what the equivalent of your money used to be. You're going to spend more money and get way less. And so that means you're going to be going up to 85% living paycheck to paycheck in our population sometime by the end of this year. Because I don't see anything that's being presented right now that stops inflation. All I see is nothing but piling on. Giving people tax cuts means ordinary citizens pay. These guys are out here doing that. They're doing tariff wars, which means inflation. We have deregulation on our food supply. So now when things happen in our food supply, the prices of goods like eggs, can you believe there was a place that had 18 egg count, $15. I was like, is this for real right now? I'm just like, this is crazy. But it's not crazy really. Because if you have problems with your food supply, now you have to stop delivering it. So that means now you can't, it's not at the store. So when it does come, everybody's demanding it. Not everybody, but enough people. So they can price gouge. It's that simple. That's what's happening here. It's legal. Well, it's supposedly not legal, but it's legal. It happens every day. How are you supposed to tell a business they can't charge whatever they want to charge? I mean, I don't see anybody going to jail for it, so businesses are going to charge whatever they want to charge, just like hiring an illegal immigrant. The illegal immigrants go to Guantanamo Bay, but the person that was employing them, being the oppressor, giving them the low wage, they say, hey, have a nice day. See you later at the golf course or at the country club or at the pool hall or at the bowling alley or at the courthouse, whatever the case may be. That's how sick this is. So keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, protect yourself. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. I've been telling you this for years, ever since I came up on the scene about 1 year later after scene. I always end it. I know it's hard out here. It's real in the field. But I'm trying to tell you right now, if you think things are crazy right now, just think 50% more of income you're going to have to make. And not in 5 years, not in 10 years, but like 1 year, 11 months. And it starts already. You're already down 5 to 10% more that you're going to have to pay for things. Wait till it's 50%, 60%, 100%. Then you're going to lose your mind, because everybody's going to be on the sidelines going, damn, I didn't do any moves over the last 2 years. I didn't do any moves over the last 4 years. Damn, I should have listened to him. But now it's too late, because now I need double the amount of money just to be good. I'm saying Notre Dame is in the house. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, we'll get back to everything else, but join me on Friday night, please, at 9:10 p.m. Tell everybody, make sure you hit the smash the like buttons no matter where you at, the heart buttons, the Vince Lamont, I see you, and IntelliThug. I like IntelliThug. We're all IntelliThug. But see, I can't put that word SSN Nation Thug Life. Can't do that. I'm already on the America's Most Wanted list. So we have to go with SSN Nation lifestyle. All right. Oh my, what's this? Oh, I see what I did. All right. I've been hitting some buttons that I didn't even know about. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you know it's very hard out here, and it's about to get a lot harder. So you can't do anything crazy. I need our own Seamless Genius, who's here in the house. I know she has come up with something. I know she has. I need her to share. Need to send me an email. Did the ice cream thing happen? Did the other thing, the Airbnb of malls, is that still possible? I know it is in the beauty industry. Beauty is one of those things that's going to happen regardless of the economy. All right? Keep that in mind. There's always going to be that. There's certain things that always happens. Upscale travel always happens because the top 15% have money to spend. So they're going to stay at their upscale locations. If you have an ownership at an upscale location, people are still going to come. You're not going to be hit as hard as a person that has an ordinary location who might be doing great, but that's going to drop off. All right? So keep all that in mind. Make sure you get your assets that pay you, please. It's a thing. You have to do it now. Do not wait. All right. With all that said, make sure you stay safe out here, ladies and gentlemen, because you never know what's going on. A lot of more people are going to be stressed out because money, you can't just make $100,000 a year. Your cost of living increases 10%, let's just say, to 110, and think everything's going to be fine. It's not going to be fine if you're already living paycheck to paycheck. All right? Keep all those things in mind. And just make sure you do a few things. Make sure you always keep your head up, keep moving. And I'm out.